Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. I'm not you. My situation isn't yours. I'm not the best. I'm not the smartest, but I don't look for advice from others to blindly take their word for it. Let me be completely honest about something. I think about things a little differently. When I ask someone, especially on Reddit, for advice, it's because I fear one thing: that I'm missing something. People are often angry if you disregard or don't take their advice. But I'm dismissive of advice or information I've already had and disseminated over. I'm all about things I missed or haven't considered. This is why I'm so damn dismissive of anything I've heard before. Most people are hard-headed. Most people never learn from their mistakes. There is another group of people who learn the wrong damn lesson. They get into a situation and think, well, the next time I will do the complete opposite, because this didn't work. Well, that's not how shit actually works. That's lazy thinking. Life is like a math problem with many numbers and layers. A kind of equation. The truth of the matter is, if any part of the equation is wrong, then the answer will be wrong. You have to get all the numbers right to draw the right conclusion. Sometimes the wrong conclusions can lead to you getting it right the next time, because it may be close enough, but you know it ain't right, but you see where you duck it up. That's how it's supposed to be. Most people, I fear, arrive at a conclusion that isn't right and throw away the whole damn equation. They do this because they know some folks have the whole damn equation wrong and they fear wasting time trying to find where they messed up, rather than starting from scratch, which may be more fruitful. The truth is, some folks are better at the former than the latter. So let me drop some truth bombs. You spend way more time, this site, this nation, this culture and this species, humanity spends more time talking about the bad than the good. You give so little ducking time praising anything, giving the positive its due, or celebrating the positivity in your life because you consider it negligible. You take all of that shit for granted. Little happiness, big happiness, everyday happiness means less to you because you expect it. What you never expect, despite saying you do, is negativity. Especially for that negativity to come from a place that was feeding you positivity before. And it's jarring. It's so damn jarring and painful. We're an unappreciative lot. Not just with what is going right in our lives, or the things we do have, but in ourselves and who we are. The truth is, we aren't ever content. We always want more. We always expect more. I'm guilty of this, we all are. The right thing becomes plain, mundane, every day. Your so can bring you your favorite treat. Wash dishes on days they know you're tired. Rub your back at night. Buy you gifts and be there for you. If they do that all the time, that's what you want, but you start to treat it as commonplace. Its presence is something you expect, and though you think you appreciate it, you don't, because you have it, but you want more. You want whatever you are not getting, and if you stop getting something you already get, especially something you think you deserve, you are offended. Then let them duck up. Big or small. It has far more weight than 100 good things they've done. There are perpetrations and choices, mistakes and behaviors so strong, so powerful, so heinous that they wipe away all the good. The fear that such a thing could ever happen again is stronger than any good they've ever done. Any happiness they ever caused. It's the nature of the beast. But one of the things I've learned, and why I'm incredibly dismissive of the super negative crowd, is that successful people and the successful stories aren't often shared. Where's the Reddit where we share how much we love our jobs? Or how happy we are with our spouses? Where's the one where we write and share how good our childhood was, and gush about how great our parents are? I'm sure it exists, but I bet it doesn't get much traffic. Humans are addicted to negativity. It matters to them more than positivity. Hell, people on Reddit don't even often care to read stories where everything is all good and everything works out. In our lives and in our entertainment we want drama. The thing is, We somehow don't want the negative impacts of that drama, and yet still thrive on it to the detriment of ourselves. The people who got it right and are happy are hardly ever sharing it. Not like we bitch and moan about things that aren't going right. So we, small-minded creatures that we are, assume that positivity is super rare. Or that the good is super rare. The truth is, we are super unappreciative of the good. Women don't spend as much time telling their friends about how good their husband is, rather than talking shit. They call me up to complain and bitch, then wonder why their friend's only advice is, leave him girl, he is no good for you. Cause the only picture you paint of this person is a horrible dick and no one can understand why you are together. Why do you stay with them? You look stupid. But they do the same thing, and can't understand why you are so against their man, especially when your man is so shitty. I use this as an example, but it's not gender bias. It's just the first example to come to mind. The point is, the fact that we don't glorify, praise, and exalt goodness, happiness, and positivity, like we do drama, pain, and negativity, colors our perception of the world and creates a cycle where we create the negativity. We pander to it. We bask in it while decrying it. Yet we create an environment for it to thrive in like bacteria, all the while decrying the disease we can't seem to live without. So what does this have to do with my situation? Well, I'm sick of people thinking I'm like them. Like I haven't given the negative and the positive its due thought. I'm just guilty of not jumping on here and gushing about every good thing, positive thing, and glorious bit of happiness my wife has done, is doing, or continues to do. So the only thing you all have is the worst picture of her and you're wondering, why are you trying to make it work? You're like, you are stupid. She's only gonna hurt you again. No shit dipshit. We all hurt each other. No one is perfect and I guarantee whether she made this huge fucking stupid decision that almost destroyed her or not, she was going to hurt me and will hurt me. Life's not sunshine and roses. I'm reconciling because I hope not to be hurt in that particular way again. There are deal breakers. Especially infidelity. In my mind and in my own sensibilities, the only ducking opinion that matters in my relationship, my wife committed 2 offenses powerful enough that the relationship could not survive. She willfully and maliciously deceived me. She did something behind my back she knew I would not approve of and then lied about it. She gaslighted me and proved herself capable of incredible deception, shattering my trust. She complicated our lives irrevocably by showing herself naked online. A gift that can and will keep on giving. The consequences of this action done solely for her own ego and self-gratification will cause anguish for years to come in unexpected ways. I'm wholly sure of it. Things she did not do, for anyone paying attention. Have a physical affair with another man or have physical contact in a way that is unapproved or unforgivable. No, the idea that she and her friend Mimi had physical contact doesn't bother me. If I had found out she and Mimi were just fooling around behind my back, my issue would be the deception, not the act. I tacitly approved physical contact between them early in our relationship. This woman was a known quantity. The fact that Mimi honestly believed Amy had my permission to continue on with making the little videos, or didn't have a problem with their physical contact, was that it was feasible. If Amy told me she needed to scratch that itch with any other woman, my sensibilities would have been such that I would maybe have a problem. But Mimi has been that, she was that, and I approved of that. Mimi, we've had that relationship, so if she had asked for that, I probably would have granted it. I never felt threatened by Mimi, or insecure that Mimi was going to take my woman. Or that either was desirous of a relationship with each other. I'm not you. The idea of her and Mimi ducking does not fill me with dread. That's unique to me. Anyone else, especially behind my back, deal breaker. More than doing anything, lying about it. Especially lying to Mimi telling her she had my permission, or that I knew about it, that is what irked the shit out of me. The physical contact is an afterthought that if I'm being honest, doesn't really register to me as a threat. For you it would. Or it should. But given the data and given my experience, My conclusion is, me plus Amy, not a threat to me, my marriage, or anything else. I do not take offense to it. There are people out there who are into cuckolding and other weird kinks involving extra partners and are fine with it. I don't judge them, that's their sensibilities. But I guarantee despite their strange and unique perspective, they have rules and outcomes that shouldn't be violated. Those relationships are easier to violate because the rules are looser. Those who aren't in those relationships judge them because they themselves couldn't imagine being in them. I cannot imagine myself being in them. I don't get any of that. I can hardly understand polyamory. It's like double the landmines. Double the chance to fail, piss someone off. I don't see the rewards outweighing the benefits. Though I could see the benefits of extra income and help around the house, I guess. But either way, that's them and that's their unique set of circumstances. Something else I'd like to point out, or talk about that I don't normally say about this situation is that I went through most of Amy's history. The female empowerment bullshit. The body positivity bullshit. Her on forums and sites, I won't name names, where other women geeked her up. Others heard her concerns, ideas, misgivings and assured her that she needed to do this for her. See who she was. One of the most alarming and interesting things is, she didn't ever make it about me. She never said it was my fault she felt that way. She never said she was doing this to explore her sexuality. She frankly talked about her esteem, how it made her feel, and all that shit. And you know what, that didn't stop the people replying to her from assuming I was the problem, vilifying me and cutting me down. That pissed me off. But, my wife defended me. Other women defended me. Other women did say that this was not a relationship issue and it was an Amy issue, though many told her that communication was important and that she shouldn't do it behind my back. She didn't listen. But she never blamed me. Back when I first read all of it. Back when I was first in the haze of anger, resentment, loathing, and betrayal, none of that mattered. She lied, she gaslighted, she did this heinous thing behind my back and destroyed my trust for self-gratification. Those are the facts and that's all that matters. And if I didn't think there was something to salvage here, that's all that would matter. My wife had self-esteem issues that lead her to show her naked ass in sexually explicit poses and act online. She lied to me, she manipulated her best friend, and took money from strangers as well as entertained them all on an ego and power trip. I recently learned that in addition, she felt clever for doing it. She felt empowered and smart, and special. That the whole entire situation geeked her up. That is a tough pill to swallow, and if I didn't have this woman's entire body of work as my wife, lover, partner and support, actions not words, to pro and con that insult would be enough for me to say no. I'm not here, I'm not asking because I'm on the fence. Amy hasn't been perfect in our relationship. But she's never betrayed me before, that I know of, caveat for everyone who that's their first response. So here's a few positives that I think about when I consider reconciling with Amy. Amy has twice put her life on the line for me. Both times in racist situations. The first she suffered an injury. The second she simply made the police officer laugh. I don't talk about how her cousin's friends down in West Virginia decided to take me out for a drink, which turned into them trying to warn me off of dating a white girl. Which turned into violence, which turned into her literally riding up, standing up for me and taking blows. They knocked out her tooth, they broke her eye socket. I suffered a broken rib, nose, chipped tooth, and broken collarbone. This was years ago. I never talk about this. I never talk about this. The cousin claimed that wasn't his intention, but didn't step in to stop the violence until Amy stood up and started fighting and getting hurt. Before you ask, no one was charged. Nothing happened to nobody, and yes, all of them, including my cousin, were high on meth. It's why I never went back to West Virginia. The whole trip, the entire state is a damn dumpster fire as far as I'm concerned, and when I drive home I go through Baltimore and DC. The second time was in Milwaukee after we were married. After my cousin was shot. We were on the east side walking and a man approached us demanding information. He didn't look like a cop, and wasn't in uniform. He had a gun on him though. When he got loud and took a step toward us, she screamed and threw herself in front of me, her eyes closed, thinking I was gonna get shot. The whole ordeal made the cop laugh. He showed us his badge and it turned out to be a misunderstanding. We'd come from the south, cutting through the hill, past other cops. Up the road there was some shit going down and they hadn't secured the area, and to be honest we were rubbernecking, walking toward the flashing lights about 3 blocks away. He didn't know how we got within their perimeter. Amy was there for me when my grandmother died. Amy was with me and supported me every day through my knee injury. I could go on and on about the things she's done that earns her the slim chance that I'm going to reconcile here. But it puts life in perspective for me. Amy has been childish, immature, spoiled, and all that. Yes. This is true. But I never talked about how amazing she had been. The great thing she does. The reason why I put up with all that other stuff and worked so hard to make her happy. Despite that, she brought something to the table. She put in her work, just not in some of the places I prefer. I am aware of what she does, but it wasn't special because of what she didn't do, which to be honest, was super frustrating, but something that we could work on. The truth is, yes, something like this can nullify everything I just talked about. And if I said today, none of that matters because of what she did, no one here would call me wrong. Or at least, no one should. Because no one can decide what's too much for me. What's over the top. What's enough to give up on a relationship. No one also gets to decide whether or not it's enough for me to try to fix it. I'm reconciling for 3 reasons and 3 reasons only. Her pregnancy isn't even a thought in that equation, because I'd rather a child be raised in separate homes than a broken home. I love this woman and she makes me happy. Despite the anguish this has caused me, the betrayal and everything I'm gonna have to work through in therapy, this fact is not becoming less true. In fact, no one is paying attention to the fact that I've said on numerous occasions, the woman hasn't done anything but improve since we started reconciling. I can't express it enough, it's me. The fact that nothing is wrong scares me a lot, cause that's when people get ducked over, when everything seems okay. I'm dealing with the fear and it bucks even harder the better she does, and I have to deal with that. Cause I'm so afraid to let my guard down, and the moments that prove I should give her more leeway instead make me more vigilant. That's going to take time. That's the result of lost trust. I'm very good at deciding whether or not a person has value in my life. I can cut people off and I can close my heart to them. I need a reason, a good one. I had to spend time alone away from her. Then in solo therapy, away from her. Then in couples therapy, then in solo therapy, as well as going through to see what everyone else's thoughts and experiences were before I decided whether or not the woman still brought value to my life, and is that value she brought still worth it, or did this taint that? I am forced to admit it hasn't, despite overwhelming pressure to act based on someone else's sensibilities. I actually do believe we can get past this. I believe the woman I am with and the woman I thought I was with are 2 different people. And the woman I am with requires help, therapy, and support to get through her trauma and be a better person. I am not a woman. I am not Amy. I didn't experience what she went through, and personally, I might have dealt with it better. But I'm not here, I can't quantify her pain, anguish, or trauma. I just got to ask, can I deal with it, can I help? Is it worth it to me to try? Does she deserve to try? Given that, in all honesty, she helped me through my own traumas. Yeah, I'm going to try. More than anything else, people hate you for not to take their advice. They say they want to help you, but when you don't take their path they show their true colors. They want you to fail. They want you to get hurt. Not for any other reason than you didn't listen to them. They don't hope things work out for you. They hope you suffer and learn the lesson they learned. I've talked to many people about this, but you know who has been the most eye-opening? The people who reconciled and broke up anyway. I've talked to many people, both those who cheated and were cheated on. Those who were cheated on, reconciled and it worked. They are still together. Those who didn't work and got cheated on again. But the cheaters who did everything right, worked on it, and still weren't able to save their marriage, they have been the most helpful. The one takeaway I have from it all is, I have the same 50-50 chance of having a successful relationship now as someone who didn't deal with this mess. And only between 20 to 40% of those are because of infidelity. This marriage thing is a whole lot harder than people think. The idea most people give me is to demote her. To go through with the divorce and just go back to dating. To untangle ourselves, live in separate places, see where that goes and decide later. I've considered that, but ultimately it seems self-defeating. Either way, I'm saying I'm not going to blindly divorce my wife, the same way I didn't blindly forgive her or push to reconcile. It's all on the table. I thought about it all, this is the choice I made, based on the data and the risks. And in this she has fulfilled her half of the bargain, swimmingly in fact. I'm just the type of man who is more uncomfortable the safer things seem. Reconciliation will require me to be able to relax more as time goes on, or break up if I can't. This is the reality and I'm prepared for both. But don't think I ain't thought about this shit. Perfectly said. Many people tend to forget that every relationship has its differences and details that aren't mentioned here, but keep forcing the issue, their issue, on people's face with their projection. Just like in your profile says, you are just a man. A man sharing with us his struggles and thoughts in daily life, and reading your struggles, thoughts and epiphanies is always encouraging, giving us the illusion of having a good old friend who we are rooting for and supporting, even though in truth, sadly, we are strangers. Personally, I don't consider myself an anti or pro-reconciliation, I'm more of a pro-happiness, to whoever seeks it, especially for individuals like you. Though unfortunately some people are just plain selfish and can't see anything beyond their own pain and thoughts without empathy and keep trying to force it on others. Reading through your journal and learning about Mimi instead of hating on her, my feelings are more like, dude, screw the monogamy laws, you should have just put a ring on this girl as well. Smiley face. Amy's hard work makes me root for her as well, especially because she is mature where it's most needed, in her ability to take accountability for her actions, willingness to better herself and to always help you through it. So yeah man, screw these people forcing their negative thoughts on you. Good vibes and virtual hugs for you and your loved ones always, folded hands. I wish you luck. The issue with Reddit is most on here don't give a damn about the situation. Not what caused it, not the solution, nothing. All they care about is you are by yourself in the end. It's definitely not all, but goddamn a lot of them just want you to be by yourself. I'm not always on the reconciliation route. It depends on the circumstances. There's a lot to consider. Some yep get away, get far away. But others are if it seems like the WS is working and putting the effort in and you are willing, then it is feasible. And ultimately no one knows if a marriage or relationship will last. You are correct, you have the same chances of this reconciliation working as a new relationship will work. Something nobody on here wants to mention or acknowledge. I find most of them are cynical, jaded, and in a bad way. And honestly they don't want you to have a different outcome than them. The most obvious is this doormat nonsense. Seriously. If this person is the love of your life like you claim her to be, then making it work doesn't make you a doormat. Divorce doesn't make you an alpha male, there's no such thing as an alpha male, humans are not wolves, we have differences, social structure is nothing alike, and that alpha shit is long disproven. I wish you luck. I hope your baby is happy and healthy. I hope you are happy and healthy, and I hope your wife is happy and healthy. And I hope as long as your feelings do not change that you all are a happy family. Good luck. I read the Surviving Infidelity post before this one and the comments made me so uncomfortable. I'm glad you wrote this. I only feel good about your marriage and baby. At the end of the day we are only ever who we are right now. And right now you three have hope and love. The reality is that people have a predetermined concept about relationships and the complications. In the universe, no one is simple, nor is a relationship. I recently read a moment regarding a mother that got caught having a special moment in a college bathroom during March Madness. In the end, the son and the whole world found out about the mother's secret life. I point this out to tell you this: in your life you more than likely understand already. People can suggest anything, but we can't live your life for you. You need to be happy, or at least content with how you live your life. In terms of your life and your future, little one, you have something that people can only wish for and often seek all their life. Your insights should let you know that you have found your truth and your own pride. Also remember that 90% of the people who tell you that you should get a divorce are more into the idea of cosmic justice and think that divorce is the best way to punish your cheating spouse. Divorce and marriage are two sides of the same coin. Both should not be taken lightly and require you to understand the commitment to each. If you can fix your marriage, then do that. It's your choice. So I'll say again, be happy and do what makes you happy. I do wish you the best of luck. But you know how many here like to see dumpster fires. Spend as much time as you can where you can chill. I think you have done a great job with logic. I believe that Amy loves you. I believe you love Amy. I believe that you have both shown how willing you are to work together. I really hope you two work out. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.